Hey guys, welcome back to another episode in our building a Discord bot using Rewrite. Today we're going to be doing a leveling system. So if you haven't seen part 5, you're going to need to go watch that or have knowledge of how MySQLite or MySQL or SQLite works. It basically run fairly similar. That's the database we will be using today for this leveling system. And there are more features you can add to this. I'm just going over the basics of how it works and getting it to level players up by chatting. So there's plenty of things you could do. You could add a image like Me6 does, or you could do a lot more stuff. This is, like I said, we're just going over basics of how to get one running, and then there's plenty you can change later on. So the first thing we're going to be doing is making a new file. So we'll add it to here as well, and let's do this here while we're in this file. And then we'll just name this cogs.leveling. And then we will actually make that new file, leveling.py, move it into the cogs, and then just to be quick, we're just going to copy paste this and then change up the things that need to be changed. So change this to level cog. Leveling is loaded. Okay, so make sure you import SQLite 3, and then for those of you that don't have this database, I'll show you this database editor. I'll show you how to do it with the code once we're done here. So what we're going to do now is we want to make a new table. Just call this levels. Let's spell it out completely. And then we're going to add field, and we want guild ID. Make it text, and then another one. This will be user ID. Once again, just make that text. Add field, this will be XP. And then this one will be level. And then once again, make it text. For those making it with the code, it's right here. This is basically how you would do it. Just go with the format that I showed you when we went over how to make the tables, and then just use these inputs here. So what we're going to do now is just press OK. So that made the new table. If we go over here, we can see our table. It's got nothing in it right now. And then we're just going to save project. Once we've got that all saved, we just need to come in here, and then today we're going to be using an event that we haven't used yet. So I will go ahead and type it out here, and then I will show you the docs for it. So commands.cog.listener, and then do async def on message. So anytime anyone sends a message in a channel that the bot has access to, this event will be triggered. So we want to do self and message. And then the docs for that are right here. It's fairly simple. It's called when a message is sent, and it can retrieve that message as well. I'll leave this link here in the description. So once we have our event here, we're going to want to do main equals, well, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it short. db equals SQLite3.connect, and then we're going to connect to our main file here. And then we do cursor equals cursor and cursor dot execute, and then we're going to want to do select user ID from leveling, from, what do we name it, levels? Levels, so select user ID from levels where user ID is equal to message.author.id. So this is just checking for if the user is in the database already or not. This is so it doesn't get any errors while it's trying to calculate what level they have or anything. So result equals cursor dot fetch 1, and then if result is none, so if the result isn't there, so if they're not in the system yet, then we want to put them in the system, which is, we're going to just do another one of these. So I'll just grab this here. We'll just name that result 1. Select, this time we're going to select user ID, XP, and level. But instead of finding where the, actually here we should also do guild ID equals message dot author dot guild dot ID, and so this makes sure it's in the same guild and everything. So get rid of this here. We don't need this down here. We just need to get the guild ID, which equals, make sure you put those there, message.author.guild.id. So this just selects all of this in the table from where the guild ID is. And then, actually wait, no, that's my bad. We don't need to do another result, that's for the next step. That's for the elif. Instead we want to do this to actually put the data into it. Just thinking ahead. Insert into levels, we want guild ID, user ID, XP, and level. And then the values will be just question marks. And then we want to do value equals, and then for this we'll do message dot author.guild.id, and then we want to do message dot author.id, and then we want to do 0 and 0. Actually, if this is their first message, we should probably make that 2 for the XP, just so they don't start off with 0 after their first message. And then we'll do cursor dot execute QLVAL. And then we just want to commit that so it saves. So db dot commit. So that saves that. So that's pretty self-explanatory for if they're not in the database already, but if they are in the database, we will want to do else. So basically, if result isn't none, we're going to want to do their we want to get their XP. So we'll just copy this again. This is what I was thinking about earlier, but jumped ahead of myself there a bit. So now we want to select the XP and the level, and then change, actually no, we'll keep those. So change that to result 1, just to keep things a little more organized. So now XP equals the, actually we'll put that as an init, and result, what is our XP? So if you remember from last video, result and then the number is what this is. So this is result 0, that's 1, that's 2. So it's a little weird, but it's fairly easy to get used to. So we want result 1. And then from there we will do SQL equals update levels, and then we want to set the XP where the guild ID is equal to question mark, and oh, actually we don't need to capitalize these. I don't know why I was thinking we did need to. And the user ID is equal to question mark. And then once again we'll put the values down here. So for the XP we just want to do the init. Actually we don't need to do the init, we just need to do XP plus 2. So this takes whatever XP they already have and adds 2 to that, and then just puts it right back in to the system. And then we just want to do, let's put it in a string just to avoid any errors. Message.guild.id. Once again, me being who I am, put these here. You can do this, just save you a little time. You don't need to. And then for the user ID, that's pretty easy. We just need to do message.author.id. So that right there just basically adds 2 to their XP every message. Just pretty useful, considering the way that we're going to figure out what level they are is through a bit of math, unfortunately. I've never been good at math, nor am I good at math now, but I know enough that we have a equation that I usually use to determine what level they are, and it kind of makes it more increased. So say level 1 takes 100 XP to get, then level 2 would take like 160 XP to get. So it kind of just keeps adding up, so it's keeps getting increasingly difficult to level up, which is a good thing to have in a leveling system, if I can use some proper English there. So from here we will do XP, just name this XP start, and actually here let me separate this just to, this is for the level itself. This is us figuring out what level it is, so we just need to get result. Let's see, actually we should redo this. We want to get this again. We want to get an updated result, that way it is the correct information. Because if we use this one for down here, it'll get the info from before this, I believe. If I'm wrong, correct me. That's just how I've learned it. So we want to do the XP again, which is 1. And then if we go to here and do level start, so this is the level that they're starting at here, and we'll do result 2, and then what would that be? 2, I believe? Yeah, 2. So once you get those 2 down, you want to do XP, and you can name these whatever you want, by the way. This is just how I'm organizing it to kind of show you guys how to do it. You need to come up here now, import math, and that is an actual import. You don't need a pip install or anything, it just comes with Python. So math.floor, and we'll do 5 space times level start, and then this here is to the square root of, I believe that's what it is. Yeah, the square root of. My math terms aren't good, like I said, I'm not good at math. But square root of 2 plus 50 times the level start plus 100. So this is basically getting, this is not really like the XP end really, this is more determining if they have enough XP to level up. So if the XP end is less than the XP start, we want to level them up basically. So we will do await message.channel.send, and then we want to have a format there, and then do message.author.mention has leveled up to level, and then we will just put the level start plus 1. So this is just whenever they level up, that'll just send them a message letting them know that they leveled up. And then we'll do SQL equals update levels set level equal to question mark, where guild ID is equal to question mark and user ID is equal to question mark. And then we'll do the values, which is the init of level start plus 1, and we need the guild ID, so message.guild.id. And if it wasn't obvious before, you can use these in multiple servers when you're searching for guild ID. That's kind of the purpose I use it for, but it's also just to kind of keep things organized if you decide to, like, you want to use this, you know, same database and everything, but move the mod to a different server, or, you know, for anything like that. But I use this for keeping it organized between different servers. Then we want to cursor.execute SQL val and db.commit to save it. And then we basically want to do that again, except we want to set the XP. So we will just copy these and then paste them in, set XP, where that all equals that. So when they level up, we want to set their XP back down to 0. This starts it over for them being able to level up again. And put those in here, commit it again. And then we can just close it all off. So we can do cursor.close and db.close. Now let's go ahead and get a quick command in to show if they are ranked or not. And ranked, basically, like Me6, you know, ranked is check what your level in XP are. So we'll just make a quick command for that. It's not going to be anything fancy. Like I said before, if you guys want to fancied up. You can design your own embeds and all that. I'm just going to be doing messages to get more time shaved off the video so we don't have another 30-minute video like last time. Also, I'm going to leave a poll right here. If you guys want longer videos or not, please let me know, because I will gladly go into more detail in longer videos, but I know a lot of people also don't like long videos. So if you do or do not, just let me know in that poll right there, and then we will see how that goes. So what we want to do now is basically we're going to need to call the database again, so we'll need this whole bit up here. Let's go ahead and copy that, and then we want to do if user is none. So if they don't mention a user, then it's going to go to this branch here. And then we want the user ID, XP, and the level. So if result is none, we'll just do await ctx.send. That user is not yet ranked. And then also we're going to need to do add a ctx to that and to this to make sure that doesn't bug out. And then if result isn't none, we want to actually get the info. So await ctx.send, and then we'll just format that. So this will be the user, so user.mention. Actually, we won't mention them because I feel like people would get annoyed by that. User.name is currently level . And then we want to do the string of result 2. And then we want to tell them and has string of result 1 XP. So that's, you know, fairly simple. You can always, like I said, make it into a nice, pretty embed and do whatever you want with it. I'm just doing it simplistic for the sake of time. And then we'll also go ahead and cursor.close db.close. And then for down here, it's, you know, fairly simple as well. We just change user to ctx.message.author. And then up here, instead of this, we want to change that to user.id. And then that's basically it. So we'll go ahead and turn the bot on. Get the terminal pulled up here. Python main.py. So everything loaded in perfectly fine there. And if we go down here to tutorial testing, we will just, you know, say a few messages here, just, you know, spam just a bit, make sure we have no errors, and then we will do rank. Okay, so we do have some errors here. So in line 57. Oh, yep, okay. I got these two mixed up. So if we just change this to is not none, and then elif user is none. I just got those two mixed up, that's my bad. So we'll go ahead and kill this and then put it back online. And then we'll try to do rank one more time. So I currently am level 0 and I have 12 XP. If we just spam a bit more here, we can probably see it level up. Shouldn't be too many messages for level 1. Yep, there we go. So that's the one issue about the, as you can see with my other bot here, there is a few issues with the system right now. Once I work out the bugs myself, I'll probably make an update video on this. This is my other bot, my public bot, and it's got some issues with spam, which Me6 solved by getting rid of being able to get XP from spam, which is honestly the only way to prevent spam causing that. So once I get all that sorted out myself, I will make an update video for you guys. But you know, if you don't have problems with spam, or you have like an anti-spam thing in your server that prevents them from doing that, then this works perfectly fine for that. We should be leveling up fairly soon here. Yep, there we go. So now if I do rank again, I am... oh, looks like we have a bug. So let me figure out what's wrong here, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, that is completely my bad. Had a misspelling here. I had that as Ann, that needed to be and. I fixed that. Now if we type a message, we are now level 1. So we are level 1, and then it reset our XP down to 0. So if we type a bit more, we can see that that still goes up more. So that's really it. That's a basic leveling system, and there is plenty more you could do with it. Like if we take a look at my public bot here, I made mine into an image. If he'll go off here in a sec. Yeah, so I turned mine on the public bot I made into an image just because it looks a lot nicer, in my opinion. Oh yeah, there we go. Got some lag going on there. So there's plenty more you can do with this system. This is just the absolute basics of the system itself. So I hope this helped you guys out. I know some of the other tutorials I've seen about leveling systems are a bit outdated and don't work too good. So hope this guys helped you out, and I will see you guys next time. There should be another video out tomorrow. If not, expect one later this week. So I will see you guys next time.